Okay, so I have a Reolink camera. This one is a 4x zoom, and water got into the female Ethernet connector, which looks like this, right, and damaged some of the pins. I cut that out and threw it away, so I don't have it to show you, but it gets corroded very easily inside here if you don't secure it properly. There's actually, the unit actually comes with a waterproof connector that you install, but in the event water gets in or you don't install the connector and the pins get corroded, what you either throw the unit out or you buy some RJ45 connectors. Now they don't send them singly, so I had to buy a whole 100, and I only needed one piece, right? And if you look on the Reolink website, there's a wiring diagram here, right? The orange and white goes to pin 1. So this is what I did. I put the connector on, I spliced the female out and I cut it out, and I cut back the insulation, and this is how you count it. So pin 1, you have the clip facing away from you, and pin 1 is orange and white, which I did. Orange to pin 2, green and white to pin 3, gray to pin 4 or 5. So I put it on pin 4 and I left pin 5 out. And then green to pin 6 and purple to pin 7 or 8. So I put the purple on pin 7. Right, it's kind of hard to see. Alright, so there's 2 pins that are empty and not used. Alright, so just keep that in mind. It takes a little effort to snug it in. Right, you cut the insulation back just enough so that the insulation goes into the connector, and then you feed it in. And then you need to get a crimp tool, right, like this one, right, and you put the clip in and you squeeze it. And right, this one doesn't work very well, but I did get it to work. Right, this actually goes down and you put the clip in and you squeeze as hard as you can. All right, and that causes these pins, gold pins, to crimp onto the wires, as well as over here, this part here, to crimp to hold the whole wiring in place. You can see it actually has a kink on it. All right, so that's what I did. Now, when you run wiring for your PoE cameras, you will end up with a connector like this on the end. So how do you connect this and the other one? So on Amazon, I purchased some of these. Where is it? Like these. I'll put a link down below. So this converts the male to the female, right? And it has it on this other side. So the cable that comes from your switch goes in on this side, and your camera, your new connector, goes in on this side, right? They have these connectors here. So when you unscrew this, all right, let me show you what it looks like inside. Okay, so this is what it looks like opened out. So this end goes into your connector, right? It's big enough that a connector could fit, right, like I did with this one. And then this part here, you just take a pen and you take this part out, this waterproof insulator, and you put the wire in, and then you put this back on, right? It's easy to come off. Just pull it off, right? And then you take your wire and you put it into the clip here, clip it into this end, and that's it. You do the same for the other end, and you have a watertight, I wouldn't say waterproof, but yeah, it should serve its purpose. Try to put your wiring away from any water sources. I'm not sure how this one got water, but I did actually snug it up away and it still got corroded. It could be just moisture in the air, maybe, I don't know. So this is what I did to get this camera to work. Now, if you got to buy the connectors, this was about $7 or $8. This, I'm not sure, maybe $30, but I've used this in the past, so it didn't really cost me anything this time. So you might actually consider just replacing the camera. But this one is a 4x camera, and this cost me about $100. So I thought if I buy the connectors, they were like 2 for $10, right? And I buy this was another $8 for 100. So, you know, $5 for one of these, and, you know, maybe what, 10 cents for one of these. So when you break it down that way, it didn't cost a lot, probably $6 or $7 to replace, compared to throwing the camera out and getting another. So there, I thought this might help you. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.